I'm going to show you why trading ICT like this is just like a bad sex tape. Most ICT traders going too fast, they think they know what they're doing, but in the end, they just get fucked. I'm revealing the reason why you're still not profitable today while you're using ICT concepts since weeks, months, or even years. You're learning all the ICT concepts, order block, FVGs, market maker models, turtle soup, but the more you learn, the more confused you get. Just before we start, my name is Hugh, I've been trading for 5 years now, spent 4 years deep in ICT concept and more than 2 years now coaching traders until they hit profitability by making them use a strategy that is really data driven. So I was like you, I've studied ICT for a very long time. I've watched all these YouTube videos, all these mentorship, and there was something I didn't understand. I couldn't become profitable. ICT had this tendency of consistently drowning the fish into the water. I noticed that his videos were 30, 40, 50 minutes or even an hour long for only one essential piece of information to be revealed at the 15 or 22-second minute exactly. Like, that's the biggest issue with ICT. He just drowns the fish. He reveals secret at very specific moments, but most of his content is designed to create over and over information, to throw people off and to balance them mentally. He even says it himself, like he's there to make sure that only the most consistent, disciplined and rigorous traders can extract real results from his knowledge. We could basically say that we have two steps as an ICT traders. The first step is the casino tourist, from 0 to 6 months of experience in general. You just discovered ICT and you think it's the ultimate solution. You were in the beginning in support, resistance, indicator, and you've just discovered price action and ICT and really seeing the price in a good way. You've discovered new concepts and you've just learned a ton of them. You've learned order block, FVG, market maker models, turtle soup, and IMD and all of those different concepts. You believe that the more of this concept you're going to learn, the more profitable you will become. But, and I was in this exact same situation, you quickly realize that you don't know when to use them, how to use them, there is differences between all the concepts, so you're just a little bit lost, you don't know what to do. It's like a tourist walking into a casino, that's why I've put that. You sit like, let's say at a poker table, and you think you can bluff all the way through getting to millions, but you have no ideas about the rules, you bet randomly, and you just end up losing everything consistently. And then you go into the second step. The archer will never hit the target. From 6 months and 1 year of experience and over, you start to believe that you have mastered ICT. You apply every concept, like you know all of them, but you just lack consistency. You change the strategy every time you fail, and you think that another one will be the key, that watching this new YouTube video about this new strategy, these new concepts of ICT that is going really deep into the price of trying to get what the algorithm is doing, you think that will be the key. Spoiler alert, it's probably not. For me, it was not that, and I was thinking that it was that. And you doesn't really know if what you're doing is well or not, because you have no data to prove it. You just journal in a way that is quite random. You have a plan, but it's not really crystal clear. You know what you do, but you don't really know what you do. And it's exactly like an archer with a quiver full of arrows, like all those ICT concepts, FVG, IPDA, turtle soup, everything, but an archer that have no clear target. You shoot in every direction. You hope that something will hit, but you have no idea why it missed or why it hit. You try to pass the challenges, etc. Sometimes it passed, sometimes it didn't. But you're just not able to consistently pull profits from the market. But at the same time, you have a really great understanding. So you feel like your knowledge is here, and your understanding of the market is here. Let's say knowledge and understanding of the market, it's approximately the same thing, is here. This is your knowledge and your understanding of the market. But your profits are here, or even or negative. You're just making no money. While you have a great knowledge and you have great understanding of the market. But what is lacking? You are just lacking clarity. And what is clarity? Clarity is data. The more data you have, the more crystal clear your system will be and everything you do will become. So we know where we are at the moment and where I was. You are the random ICT trader. You just learn everything, you apply nothing with structure. Or there is a little bit of structure, like a little journal, This is really ugly. A little trading plan, a little structure, but there is nothing really professional and really well structured. You keep add more concepts, you hope to finally get it, you see this new thing again about the algorithm, you just try everything. You trade based on your feelings and second guesses. You just doubt your strategy, you don't really know if it's really working. When you click your execution on MT4, you're just like, I hope this trade will work. You just don't know if it's going to work in the long term. You have no idea. And you make no backtesting or just a little bit of backtesting. You just go through trial and error. You directly try to pass problem challenge and do things, but you don't do like big extended backtesting. And the outcome is the following. You have brain fog, trading is hard, you have doubts, you have fear of missing out, you do second guessing, you're losing a ton of money, you have no confidence at all in your system. And now, where do we want to go? We want to go and become this guy, the trader B, the systematic trader, the trader that only uses the tool that actually work. And I'm going to show you how to know if the concepts you're using actually work. The trader that have a crystal clear setup to follow, that follows a data-backed execution plan, and that journals every trade, tracks probability, and have a really good process and infrastructure all over his trading. And the outcome is the following. He's completely detached from the market. He's not consistently checking his MT4 hoping that the market will bring him money. No, he just is detached. He knows that his strategy is working in the long term. He have no second guessing. He have a complete confidence in his execution because he got data to back everything up. He's process oriented, not outcome oriented. He's making money consistently. He's confident when he's executing his position. And how to go from this trader A to this trader B? Really simple. You need data. But the data is only useful if you know how to interpret it. Now that we know where we are and where we want to go, and before we switch into the champion filter, the first steps that you're going to take from today to become this systematic trader, you need to understand that ICT gave you the clues, but the real key lies elsewhere. So in terms of inputs, what you've had are all those ICT videos, you've watched everything, the Silver Bullet, 2022 March Rules, 2017 Munchip, etc, etc. So you have everything in your brain, you know all the concepts, and this handsome ICT man just inputted that into your brain. What you have in terms of output now, and this is really interesting, what you have are just ideas, and this is what people don't understand. People think that when you just have the ICT concept, you directly have the strategy and you can trade them directly. ICT is not a system. It's just a collection of tools, just like support and resistance and indicators are. Sometimes I get people on call and they tell me, oh, I know this about ICT, this and this and this, and they know more than me. They know everything about ICT, the last thing that went out. They are literally encyclopedias of ICT. But what matters isn't how many concepts you know, but how you're going to structure them into a repeatable, data-driven system. Because trading ICT without a system is exactly like this. It's like you have 1,000 puzzle pieces, you have no manual, no instruction, and you just consistently put the puzzle pieces at a random place. So you're just consistently putting the wrong pieces at the wrong places. While what you want to really do is put the right pieces at the right places. And you do that by having a system. I was in the exact same place. I learned all the ICT concepts, but I just failed to execute. And I realized that the solution wasn't more knowledge, wasn't more of these puzzle pieces and the new shiny object ICT concepts. It was filtering what worked and structuring it into what I call my no guesswork system, my objective system. So turning those ideas into an objective system, turning those puzzle pieces into a completed puzzle. And again, turning all of those charts with all of those different concepts, trying to understand everything from this ICT vision into a clear, objective and data-driven method. And that's when I became profitable. And this is where you probably fail. The more you learn, the worse you trade. Because complexity kills your profitability. And there is a quote from Leonardo da Vinci that everyone knows: simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And this is the key takeaway here. If you want to become, again, this systematic trader, that's the whole goal of this video, there is one key component, is having a simple system, because if you make the system complex, every other part and aspect of your trading will be complex. The psychology will get harder, the execution will get harder. It will not be really clear. So we want to become this systematic trader. And by the way, in a minute, I'm going to reveal you the 4 steps to follow to go from too many concepts, from a lot of puzzle pieces, to being this systematic trader with a data-proven system. But just before that, you need to understand the champion filter. The first step you want to go through is accumulating concepts. That's completely normal. Every trader starts here. This is normal. If you are here, it's not like a bad situation. It will just take a few minutes just to get a basic understanding of everything that is ICT related. And I want to push a point here. I say accumulate concepts. It's not only about ICT concepts, because at the end of the day, ICT concepts are just tools. What matters is how you're going to structure them and filter everything into a great objective data-driven system, and a system that really works and that is proven and that is not just some gambling. That's what really matters. The tools can be tools from, I remember a guy like, let's say Larry Williams. It can be tools from a guy that does fundamental analysis or see the price with some very strange indicators. Those are just tools. For me, the tools and the concepts that ICT give you are top tier. Like, they are the best you can get out there. But you can use whatever tools you want. What matters is just accumulating all those tools, creating a good foundation, because those tools are like glasses. Let me try to draw glasses. Yeah, those tools are just like glasses, and they will define the way you see a chart. So you have basically, let's say, a chart here. The guy with the ICT tools will see a liquidity here, while the guy trading some basic support and resistance will just see a resistance turning into a support, and he can use that as a push to take a buy, while the guy trading ICT will just try to take a sell. Those are just the concepts you're going to use, but they will not define if you're profitable in the long term or not. Again, what will define it is filtering those concepts, taking those that work and make sense for you, and creating an objective data-driven system. And so that's how we step into the second step, which is filtering the concepts, basically. And I think I've deleted the thing. No, it's just here. You need to define what actually works for you. And here you can use the Pareto law. 80% of your profit will come from 20% of concepts. Just try to have the concepts that are the simplest. Don't try to get the really hard concepts that are hard to define, because if you want to create an objective data-driven system, what you want to have are 5 to 10 concepts that are really, really easy to define. Not concepts that if you give to someone, he will see this and another guy will see this. Something that is really subjective. You don't want that. You want a concept that is as near as possible to objectivity. The more objectivity is, the better. And the concepts that are objective are the concepts that are really simple. That's why you want simplicity too. So you need to filter everything. So you've had all those concepts, you accumulated everything. Then you filter everything to have some really simple and as objective as possible concepts, such as an FVG. FVG is really objective. Everyone will see the same FVG. Same thing for an IFVG, because it's based on the same thing. For example, or breaker block. If you define a breaker block correctly with specific rules, everybody will see it in the same way. While, for example, if you use IPDA, it will get really hard, because IPDA, for example, is based on the fact that, if I'm not wrong, a liquidity has been taken out and then it creates a big range. But what is a liquidity? How do you define a liquidity? Everyone will see liquidity in a different way. That's why it's not the best concepts to pick, to finally, at the end, create an objective, repeatable system. That's what you want to do. You want to accumulate a shit ton of concepts, know everything about ICT. For example, if you want to use ICT, filter the concepts and define what actually works for you. And finally, take those simple concepts as objective as possible and create an objective, repeatable system that is backed up by data, exactly like I have. And we can run into the screenshots and just do some data analysis, some systems thinking, and optimize everything. So at the end, you have a system that you know really works. And like you see, for example, here, that's a paper that can be given to investors. So basically, that's an alpha performance verification, and you have something that really works, and you know is working, and you have proof that is working, you have a track record. Now you understand how to filter concepts and to get to this objective repeatable system. How do you actually build this system? Let's go over the 4 steps that you need to apply to start today. Les steps sont là. The first step is defining your trading plan in 1 sentence. And this is really important because, again, it pushes the fact that your system will be very simple. And simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and that's what you want to have. Again, the order your system will be at its core, the concept that you're going to use, the harder everything will get, especially psychologically. So you want to make everything crystal clear. If you say, I wait for a mitigation in HTF, you're not saying that. You need to define what is a mitigation and what is HTF for you. A mitigation is FVG, IFVG, and HTF is weekly, daily, H4, and I just missed PPR here too. So yeah, that's the first step. You need to define this plan in 1 sentence. Why? Because it needs to be very simple, and you need to make everything crystal clear. Everything you say in this plan needs to be crystal clear. You don't want to have anything blurry. Everything crystal clear, or you will just fail from the beginning. Then, once you have this plan, what you want to do is backtest and track data. You need to have a process to backtest correctly and track all the data. What you want to do is to backtest this system on at least 3 years of data. If you can't, 2 years is good, but for me, when you really want to develop a system and you want to implement it and really make money with it, you need to at least to backtest it on 3 years and even more. Because if you're not tracking what you do, you're just gambling. That's where most traders fails again. They trade for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and they have nothing. They just track nothing. So they've been gambling for the last 3 years. Your system should be backed by numbers, by data, and you know exactly what is happening. I was about to show you my backtest that is just right here. I just had TP on this trade. By the way, you can join the Telegram just down in the description. And I'm just going to make a quick breakdown of this trade and send the MT for a screenshot, etc. But whatever, you want to backtest like this. That's what I talk about when I say tracking data. For example, here I have a backtest of over 230 trades. And you see that I got a win rate of 58.95%. Then this is the strategy I backtest and then I use in 2024. And if I take my results in 2024 using this strategy, I've had a win rate of 73.58%. So when I was executing all the position I took during 2024 and that I'm still taking, and the one I just took here today, for example, I'm 100% confident in those execution because I know exactly what I do. There is no second guessing, there is no guesswork at all, because what I'm doing is backed by years and years of data. So I got a really big confidence. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just have to follow A plus B and I know that I will make money at the end. So that's the second step, backtest and track data, exactly like I've done here. At the beginning, spoiler alert, your strategy will probably not work. So what you want to do is backtest it again and again and again until you have something that approximately works, and then you want to apply it into the real market. And so step 3, 3 months of execution with discipline and confidence. It's literally converting yourself to the market. You want to take exactly all the rules you've defined in your backtest and you have the thing that approximately work, and then you want to have 3 months of execution with discipline and confidence. And those 3 months, you can go, and that's what I advise, you go 3 months of demo execution, since you don't have a strategy that you know works for the moment. And what you want to do during those 3 months is mark out everything. Have notes on everything that happens. You want to be 100% process oriented, follow the exact rules that you have written down, you follow them step by step, and you don't care about the outcome. If the strategy makes no money during 3 months and you just lose money, you don't care about the outcome, okay? You're going to optimize after the 3 months. You're making notes of what's happening, how it's working, etc., etc., and you will optimize your strategy based on these 3 months. So the data you recall from these 3 months of execution with discipline and confidence, it's literal gold. Then you use this gold material, this raw input to do a final optimization of your strategy. And after that, normally you will have a strategy that works. For me, for example, I've done 6 months of demo trading and doing this same process to finally get a strategy that works and then to apply it. And when I create new strategy with my students, because sometimes they knew my strategy is not fitting exactly their schedule, what I'm doing with them is that I'm doing this same process of 3 months of execution in demo with discipline and confidence. So we are going to backtest and track data and develop the strategy, like I've recently done with one of my students. We've had something like a 2 risk to reward ratio with a 50% win rate. So what we've done after having that is 3 months of execution with discipline and confidence. And this is what he's doing at the moment. At the end of the 3 months, I will get all this data, we will check everything, and we will see if the data is in correlation with what we've done in backtesting. If it is, let's go, let's trade it, let's make some money. If it's not, let's do some optimization until it works. And finally, what you become is you iterate and optimize exactly what I've explained to you. You iterate and optimize, you refine based on data and not emotion, exactly what I've explained to you. So now I've given you an exact roadmap to go from confusion and too many concepts to really having a data-proven strategy. Thanks for watching this video. If you got value from it, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss the next one. You will find all my links in the description. Join my Telegram for daily insights, free resources. And if you've been trading for over 6 months and you're stuck, you're trying to become consistently profitable, you can book a free call with me. It's completely no pressure, okay? It's a free consultation. I will just try to help you build a really clear roadmap to fix what's holding you back and finally get your results. That's it for today. Wish you only the best. Take profits only. See you in the next one.